Europe's roads are saturated, and one of the key reasons is the amount of freight transported in lorries. Road transport is also a major source of global warming, and lorries making very long journeys can pose a threat to road safety, yet the number of trucks on our roads is rising. The European Union is actively encouraging alternative means of freight transport where possible, in particular sea shipping, inland waterways and railways. One of the most important tools the Union has for promoting this modal shift is the Marco Polo 2 programme, which is already ensuring that 42 billion tonne-kilometres of freight, the equivalent of over 500,000 trucks a year travelling between Paris and Berlin, will be moved away from roads over the coming years, leading to environmental, social and economic benefits for Europe worth nearly €1 billion. Here in the Belgian port of Antwerp, this train is being loaded with containers that would otherwise have made their way to their final destinations by lorry. The train runs between Antwerp and Barcelona in Spain via eastern France. Its Belgian operators received support from Marco Polo.
Wel, het intermodaal vervoer biedt diverse voordelen. Een van de voordelen is bijvoorbeeld het toelaten van het hoger gewicht dat men kan transporteren per trein. Daarnaast maakt men gebruik van lokale chauffeurs, zowel hier als op eindbestemming. En last but not least, men maakt gebruik van het groene imago van het spoorproduct.
And there are technical challenges to developing reliable rail freight networks in Europe. Here on the Øresund link between Denmark and Sweden, train operators must cope with the fact that the two countries' rail networks use different electrical voltages and train safety systems. In the past, this meant changing locomotives when trains crossed the border. Today, the switches can be made automatically in the driver's cab. Sven Erik Andersen's company runs a rail freight service between Germany and Sweden that uses the Øresund link. Marco Polo helped him tackle the technical problems. This Austrian firm is one of the country's leading road haulage companies, but recently, again with help from Marco Polo, it has begun to develop rail transport services.
Es war in erster Linie eine strategische Entscheidung der Gartner-Gruppe im Zuge des Neubaus dieses Terminals, auch in Richtung kombinierter Verkehr, also Verlagerung von der Straße auf die Schiene, zu investieren, um langfristig auch entsprechende Möglichkeiten auf der Schiene anbieten zu können für unsere Kunden.
In Barcelona, containers on the train from Antwerp are now being loaded back onto trucks for the final short trip to end customers. Israel Largo, whose company specialises in the transport of chemicals, said he was happy to use the rail service.
Es un sistema que permite que los trenes no tengan tanta intervención y por lo tanto el servicio sea mucho mejor, mucho más rápido, mucho más efectivo y mucho más seguro.
We still have a very long way to go to ensure freight transport in Europe is more evenly shared between road and other modes of haulage. But Marco Polo has shown that the potential exists for developing long-distance rail freight as a credible alternative to road transport. So while we certainly haven't reached our final destination, we could just be on the right track.